Hello, everyone. My name is Ravi. I'm the co-founder CEO of Zeeve. And today we have a very exciting AMA, Road to CDK. So this is our second AMA with CodeNekt. And I think the timing could not be more exciting. Since our last session, CodeNekt has, has updated a lot of things, and we would learn from Francis today. How CodeNekt has expanded its mobility ecosystem or strengthening of the digital vehicle infrastructure, and now preparing for the highly anticipated CDK token launch. So today we have Francis, who is the founder of CodeNekt. Francis, it's great to have you back. How are you? And I think for the new users today, we would like to know a bit about yourself, how you started CodeNekt, what has been your inspiration and journey in Web3 so far?
Yes. Hi, Ravi. Thank you for the invite. Hi, everybody. So yes, it's the second time here, and I'm very happy to represent CodeNekt for those who don't know about the project. So my name is Francis Hachem. I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. I've always been fascinated by how technology can solve very concrete everyday problems. And before CodeNekt, I had companies in IT, in the IT sector. And then CodeNekt was born in 2019 from a simple idea. It was the fact that a vehicle should have a digital identity as reliable as a passport for traceability and to avoid scams. So from there, knowing a few things about blockchain became a logical solution.
Got it. No, I think very interesting, Francis. And I think we clearly see the momentum around CodeNekt has got massive since we last spoke. So now a bit more about, CodeNekt as a platform. So, what does this platform do? You have given a brief, but a bit more details, and especially from blockchain perspective, why blockchain is fundamental to your architecture, and especially if we talk about, CDK token into picture, how does token economics and the overall use case, which is more enterprise-driven use case, which has got both B2C and B2B components. So how does it all tie together, and why blockchain is so critical?
Yeah, sure. Yes, with coding, we wanted to create a digital mobility ecosystem to provide trust and a unified and secure digital identity for each vehicle. So for this, we have different products. Each vehicle has a digital passport. We then need to have a trusted maintenance history history record. Everything that happens on the car regarding to maintenance, accidents, documents, reports, etc. And for that, we need a secure ecosystem. So for us, each vehicle is an NFT on the blockchain. The NFT is the digital twin of the vehicle, which is the real asset. So the ecosystem that we built is an ecosystem of solutions for individuals, for fleets, garages, insurance companies, with different softwares. So for the professionals, we provide a software as a service platform. And for the users, we have a mobile app. So two Web2 products. And to ensure the security of all the data, we built a blockchain. So an L1, layer 1 on Avalanche, hosted by Zeeve, by the way. So and thank you for this. And this blockchain ensures data immutability transparency, ownership proof, and of course, a cross-border trust, which is really needed today. So with the introduction of our token, and we will talk about it, CDK, our blockchain becomes the economic backbone of the ecosystem, powering access, incentives, and value exchange.
I think that's very insightful, Francis. I think it's a very compelling use case for blockchain. Managing digital vehicle passport, having immutable audit trail leading to data compliances, which I think is something very much required today with especially the new regulations which are there across the globe. And building trust among the users, since you have both B2C and B2B component. So of course, not just data immutability, but having desired data compliances, privacy in place is surely very, very important. And I think vehicle identity per se has become a global regulatory priority. Seeing the Europe Digital Product Passport Initiative, which is encompassing various categories today. Automotive data being one, but then various other categories, whether it be sustainable goods or organic goods and so on and so forth. So I think it's very wonderful. So now coming to a bit about the token side. They said that, right, having a blockchain is something which is clearly outlined. You outlined that based on the use case, it is very much required. Now, the second piece, when somebody creates a blockchain-based system, is a choice whether to have a token economics as part of it, right? So you are launching CDK token, which is going to be the native gas token of the CodeNekt's blockchain. So what triggered the decision to launch a token at this stage? And what gaps does CDK token will fill inside the CodeNekt's ecosystem?
Yes, of course, launching a token is a bit touchy, and we didn't launch a token just to follow hype. As you mentioned, it's part of the blockchain management. So it was built first because our ecosystem needs a native utility layer, and CDK allows us to create a decentralized trust economy. As I mentioned before, it aligns incentives between users, garages, insurers, and the different automotive partners, and it powers the tokenization of RWA, so the real world vehicle assets. So it's at the heart of our blockchain, and without our token, of course, incentive and so on, wouldn't be as interesting as we want to. So the token is the link between the usage of the vehicle as a user and the management of the blockchain and the transactions on the blockchain.
Got it. No, I think that makes total sense. So the way I see it is that because CodeNekt is a multi-stakeholder ecosystem, right? You have users, you have garages, you have OEMs, you have insurers, and I'm sure various other stakeholders will become part of this ecosystem in due time. And one of the beauty of a sound token economics is creating a very strong token incentive. And based on different stakeholders in your ecosystem, I think it clearly makes sense to have a token, have incentives which are aligned to the work done by each of the users, the contribution, the value generation they do in the ecosystem. And that is how a utility token should be designed. So going further deeper into the utility of the token. So you mentioned one is the user incentives, which I think is very, very straightforward. What are the other core utilities of CDK, from staking, because ultimately validators are going to secure the system, governance, that again become very, very important, especially when you deal with an enterprise use case, micropayments, access controls, reward mechanisms. So can you walk us through the core utilities of CDK token?
Yes, sure. It's a bit all of what you mentioned. So regarding the governance, of course, stakers can participate in different decisions. We will provide votes for. I don't know if you want to integrate a new partner or even a new project. We will ask the stakers to participate to the decisions. The token will be also used in the future for payments because having incentives, having rewards through the mobile app is one thing. Using these rewards to pay for services, I think it's a game changer, and CDK will be used for this. We will be able to swap our points. I talk about points when it comes to the Web2 app, because most of the people who are drivers are not familiar with the blockchain space. So we don't want to talk to them about token or whatever. We only talk about points. But on the backstage, the points can be swapped with tokens, and the token and CDK will be used for different payments. We are discussing with a Visa card provider to see how we can onboard users with a card payment, and using CDK, and why not swapping CDK with USDC, AVAX, or whatever. So the payment will be an important use case for us. And of course, you talked about staking. Stakers can support our network security by staking and be rewarded for that. And the rewards will be provided for the blockchain users and the Web2 users. So the Web2 users will receive points, but at the end of the day, the points will be tokens. So yeah, the token is part of all the mechanisms on our blockchain, and it's really part of the usage of, I hope in the future, of your car and the maintenance and the everything related to the car. We want to the token to be a standard in the automotive ecosystem, and making our blockchain standard as well. So the token will be standard by extension.
Got it. No, I think that clearly outlines the utility of the token, and I can already see quite a few areas that you have mentioned where token will have a clear utility, and it will benefit the entire ecosystem, all the stakeholders. So, Francis, one of the most compelling feature of CodeNekt is the tokenized vehicle identities, verifiable histories, and you're serving both the users as well as vehicle owners, not just vehicle owners, but the car sellers and OEMs, and eventually various other stakeholders, right? So one of the things that we have seen in token economics is you have clearly outlined the strong utility of the token. The second piece is how to generate demand for token, right? Because token velocity is very, very important to sustain the value of token over a period of time, right? So how some of the core features of CodeNekt, you have massive amount of data which is going to be there. So there may be data access or verification, or, insurance may also use. So there's a lot of use cases within CodeNekt. So how do you plan to create real recurring demand for CDK token?
Yes, I'm very confident about the demand of CDK because as I said, CDK is the backbone of our ecosystem. Let's take a use case. For example, when a user register a vehicle on the mobile app, this vehicle is minted then on the blockchain. So this creates transactions on the blockchain. And once the vehicle is updated for the maintenance, for with different records, when we update even the mileage, it can be every day or every week. This creates transactions as well on the blockchain, and we use CDK for the transactions. When you transfer the ownership of your vehicle, this creates transactions as well, and you will need to have to use CDK for this. When you connect to your insurance as well, when you share your data with your insurance or your repairer, there will be as well transactions thanks to CDK. So CDK is helps for the interaction of all the interaction of the car with all the players in the ecosystem. So the more vehicles we will onboard, the more services used, and the more demand for the token. I always say that we have globally 1 billion vehicles. So if at least we have 2, 3, or 5% of these vehicles, it will be a massive usage of CDK. But of course, we don't want to have only 5% of the vehicles. We'd like to have the most quantity, because as I said, we want CodeNekt ecosystem to be a standard in the automotive industry, because to date there is no standard. Every actor work alone with its own system. There is no real interaction between the different stakeholders, and CodeNekt want to. It's our ambition. It's to link these different stakeholders, and obviously, CDK being at the center of this industry, it will be massively used. I'm doing everything for this.
Got it. No, I think it's a very strong vision, and we are quite optimistic that CodeNekt will create wonders, especially into enterprise blockchain space. I believe this is one of the rare blockchain use cases with massive potential of having real world transactions, because the way I've seen it in token economics, supply side is much easier, generating rewards, providing incentives, but having a clear demand side is very, very important to sustain the value of token over a longer period of time. I think with all these vehicles onboarding into the CodeNekt ecosystem, bringing a lot of data, and then data sharing, data access, and various other use cases on top of that data will definitely create a lot of demand for the token. So, Francis, now the big question. What should the community know about the token launch, the timelines, the token economics, highlights, where they can learn more about the token economics? And since we are on this AMA, we would love to hear from you more details about the token launch.
Yes, sure. We delayed the launch these last weeks because we wanted to the economy to be more stable with everything that happens today. So it will be launched in the few coming days. So we want first to launch on a decentralized exchange. We are targeting Trading Joe, ex LFJ. So the goal now is to have the biggest community as possible to help us expand the value of CodeNekt and CDK, and we want our holders to be our ambassadors, because as I said, we want CodeNekt to be global. So the more holders in the world we will have, the better it will be to expand the product as well. So our holders will be our ambassadors for this. So they can of course join our ecosystem on Discord, Twitter, etc. They can find the different links everywhere, and we want them to be involved in our journey. So we want to prioritize community involvement. We want them to be long-term holders, ecosystem users, because many of them will be drivers and vehicle owners, so they will be users of the system, not only holders of CDK. So it's very important for them to understand what we are doing, and not only to be here just to speculate, because as I said, our journey is a long-term journey. So of course, for the early comers, they will have access to opportunities to make them being active contributors for the launch and the expansion, and then the how to say. We need them to help us. So the TG is coming really soon. We'll communicate on it on our Discord, but I guess that it will be in early December. We want to launch it before the end of the year, because even if the market is hectic now, even if Bitcoin is going crazy and the other coins as well, we need to launch. And the fact that we built and we launched our token, we deployed it on the C chain, so we'll have a pair, CDK AVAX, and AVAX is at a low price currently, so if we launch now, we will probably benefit as well from the increase of the price of AVAX, and CDK will be the price of CDK will naturally increase as well. So even if I don't want to talk about speculation, as you understand, we want the price to be linked to our Web2 economy, but still, people sometimes are here because they are attracted by a price that can go crazy. So benefiting from the current price of AVAX, I think it's the best moment right now to launch it.
Got it. No, I think that's wonderful, and having more and more transparency for the community always helps, especially when you're doing your token launch. Creating a value economics for the users and the community, I think, goes a long way. So, Francis, what comes after the token launch? Any new features or partnerships or expansions that you are planning for that community should know?
Yes, a lot of things. A lot. I talked about a partnership with a Visa card provider. So this will be one of the next feature, probably first quarter of 2026. But then we'll have of course, an expansion of our B2B partnerships with fleet actors, leasing companies, maintenance networks, even automotive manufacturers. We are talking with a lot of them right now. So we had this summer our first big player partner, which is Euromaster, known here both in Europe, but Euromaster is a subsidiary of Michelin Group, the tires. So yeah, for us, it's a first huge partner, and many are coming. We have integration with insurance players and compliance actors as well. You mentioned the digital passport, wanted by the union, the European Union. Our digital passport is compliant with the expectation of the UE. So we will communicate a lot about this. And we will have partnerships with automotive industrials on this topic. So this will be a huge evolution of our product. And of course, we want to expand globally. So we started to reach different regions, different markets in the UAE, in Northern Europe, in America as well. So we have different contacts. And of course, we will develop new Web3 mobility services. We will talk about these services later, but a lot of new topics are coming. And yes, it's the beginning of the journey. And the next steps will be very, very exciting.
Got it. No, I think you have given quite a list of updates that are coming in. I'm sure community must be very, very excited to know about all these updates, stronger partnerships that you are coming with, lots and lots of stakeholders joining the CodeNekt ecosystem. I think it's very impressive.
Thank you.
So, Francis, we are almost at the end of our AMA, and I think this has been very insightful session. I believe CodeNekt is as a juncture where you have a strong use case, strong team, adherence to compliances, following regulations, and there are a lot of regulatory initiatives which again will give impetus to your use case. And now we have a token which is designed for genuine utility. So I believe the entire CodeNekt ecosystem is going to do wonders. And we from Zeeve, we are very excited to partner with you on the infrastructure side. And we wish all the best to you, to your community. And anyone who wants to know more about token launch of CodeNekt, do follow their website, their Twitter account. As Francis said, that more details will be divulged in the first week of December. So keep connected with CodeNekt, and I think it's a great journey. Be part of their journey. So thanks everyone for joining, and thanks Francis once again for joining us on this AMA. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Zeeve, for being here as partners, and thank you all for being here as well. Thank you.
With that, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining today, and keep building, keep smiling.